Hello and welcome to this video for the month of April. I brought this set of tarot cards, and as for the astrology, I also brought some concepts, some ideas. I want to talk about three things: about Mercury retrograde, about the new moon in Aries, which is also a special new moon, and about the conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus. Each of those I'm going to explain, and then I'm going to draw a card and talk to you about what the card means as well. All right, so let's start with Mercury retrograde. I'm in Europe, and in my place, Mercury retrograde takes place from the 2nd of April until the 24th of April. This time is a time of reset, a time like getting an update in communication. That's why communication doesn't function so well. We need to check what we write. We need to check our output and our input and everything to do with communication. That's where we have to be careful. The other thing about retrograde is that it's also a new way that we are going to learn a new way to communicate. With Mercury in Aries, communication is also spontaneous and powerful. So we'll find perhaps a more powerful way to communicate. That's the way to live this. And yeah, that's about the Mercury retrograde thing. Also, it's a good time to work on things from the past and good for inner work, like journaling, for example. Okay, the card for Mercury retrograde is the Chariot. The Chariot means we can go on, we are powerful, we are on the driver's seat of our car in our own life. We are blessed from the heavens and we can go on, move forward. And also, it doesn't matter if the circumstances are good or bad. We are above the circumstances. It doesn't matter if Mercury retrograde is really good or bad or good. It's just we are in the driver's seat and we can move forward. That's very encouraging. All right. Put this card to the side now and talk to you about the second event in April. The second event will take place on Monday the 8th in Central Europe at 20 minutes past 8 in the evening, and it's a new moon eclipse in Aries. New moons are always new beginnings. And also Aries is always a sign of new beginnings. So it's an extra new beginning starting from Monday night. The new moon is also a good time to plant seeds of intention, to write down any new projects you want to have. And yes, this new moon is also about flexibility. No, sorry, that was about Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde starts at the time of a half moon, and therefore it's good in the Mercury retrograde phase to be flexible. The new moon time is not about flexibility. It's about starting, going on. Actually, also about like going on with your car, like we've seen in the card of the Chariot. The card for the new moon eclipse is Temperance, another major arcana card. That means it's a major event, and that means we should take the middle road. We shouldn't go to extremes in either side, not fight too much, because Aries is also about fighting. Perhaps also not start too much new, also continue with the old you have and have a good mix. And finding your inner center. This card is also about meditating, so the new moon is also an excellent time to meditate. The energy of the new moon is going to last for half a year because the sun and the moon are close to the north node, and north node is also about future. So a good time for your future is Monday the 8th. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus. Jupiter is this one, it's a large one. It's actually much larger than Saturn. It's huge and it keeps the asteroids from reaching Earth. So it's really our protector, Jupiter. And in astrology, Jupiter is about growth, about riches, about development. That's in conjunction with a very different planet. In conjunction means they're going to meet in the sky from the viewpoint of the Earth, of course. And that's Uranus, the turquoise one in this picture. It's turquoise, but just in this picture, not really. And although Jupiter is really orange. So the Uranus is about many ideas. That's the positive side. The negative side is chaos and unexpected events. Unexpected events can, of course, also be positive. So those two are going to meet, chaos and riches. And that means a lot of freedom, because Uranus brings freedom, but also a lot of growth. That's what Jupiter brings to the picture. And that conjunction is going to start a new period of 14 years, because the two of them, free and growth, they only meet every 14 years. The card for this event is going to take place on Sunday, the 21st in the morning, is the High Priestess, another major arcana card. That's by chance, because in this pack I also have the minor arcana. So thanks, cards, for showing us that these events are important. The major arcana card, the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about being quiet and being spiritual, and also about having stuff to read. Doesn't have to be all the inner voice. It can also be books, because she's holding a scroll here. So that means the time of the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus is also a good time to study. Study whatever you are interested in your freedom, and also to grow. That's how I interpret it. We can also say it's a good time to listen to the spiritual world. All right. Thanks for being here. If you feel like it, I'd be happy about you liking the video. If you have the opportunity, it would be great if you could also share it. And see you next time. Next video will be more details about the new moon eclipse. So if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so. Bye and have a great month of April.